Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I've got some queer horror recommendations for you. Alright, so today we're talking about some of my favorite queer horror books. I'm pretty sure I have another recommendation similar to this from like last year that I will leave linked up around in the corner somewhere, so if you're interested, keep an eye out for it. Before we dive in, please double check trigger warnings before diving into some of these books because some of them can be darker, but yeah. Let's go ahead and just dive right in. Alright, so first up I have You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. This is one of my favorite sapphic horror books that I've read. It's following Charity, and she is like the manager at a full contact haunted house experience that is at a camp on the lake that had been abandoned before the horror haunted house thing took over. And Charity is like 17, 18, and she's currently the manager because she's been there the most amount of summers. And so it's the final days leading up to the final night of operation for them for the summer, and things start going wrong. People start hearing, they hear weird noises in the woods, they hear weird splashes coming from the lake, and as the final night approaches, things go from bad to worse when people just full-on disappear into thin air. Going through the woods, they find more abandoned parks and houses, and there may or may not be a cult living on this lake and sacrificing the staff from the full contact haunted house. And it is one of my favorite books that I read. Like, the audiobook for this specifically is so good. It sounds like a podcast, and just, it's fantastic, and one that I would highly recommend. Next up I have another favorite, and that is the Scapegracers series. This is a series following Sideways Pike, who is a butch lesbian witch who is just trying to figure out the witchy thing, and the popular mean girl clique hires her to do some magic at one of their Halloween parties. Things go wrong very quickly with this magic, and popular clique adopt Sideways, try to get her a girlfriend, and witch hunters show up all of a sudden, and these girls close ranks and form a coven. So they all start gaining magic and learning, and things just go horribly wrong after Sideways is captured by witch hunters. So, one of my favorite book series. It's fantastic, and it's one that I would highly recommend. Next up I have the Wayward Children series. This one isn't necessarily super like horror related, but like things are not what they seem on the surface of these books. So this series is following the children who have gone through doors into other worlds. So think Alice in Wonderland vibes, Narnia, that kind of thing. And they've come back to the human world, and they are still longing to go back to the worlds that they were lost in. So they're sent to these homes where they can try to re-enter society, but they're also there to like wait for their doors to come back so they can go back to the worlds that they feel fit them most. But things are definitely not what they seem under the surface of all of these worlds. They're a little bit sinister, a little bit creepy, and, you know, a little bit murdery. One that I would highly recommend. Please check trigger warnings before diving into any of these books. Next up I have Into the Drowning Deep. This is one of my favorite books. This is a science fiction with like murder mermaids. So this is following a scientific vessel as it's getting ready to go out into the deepest parts of the ocean to look for mermaids. It had originally started out as like a mockumentary and about a crew that had gone out previously looking for mermaids, and nobody survived that expedition. So this is the second try, and it follows a whole bunch of characters. It's very much an ensemble cast book. So every chapter is from a different perspective, and we are following this research crew and the documentary crew as they go out into the ocean, and things just start going weird and then wrong, and then it gets to murder mermaids, and it's very much a deep water horror, and you might not want to go on a cruise ship ever again after reading this. It's one that I highly recommend, and it's also very queer. It also has a lot of disability rep in it and murder mermaids. So, I mean, what's not to love? And then the last book I'd like to recommend is an all-time favorite, and that is Summer Sons. This is the grown-up version of the Raven Boys that has just a little bit more sinister magic thrown in. This is following Andrew Blur as he is dealing with the supposed suicide of his best friend slash more. Eddie, who had gone to so they had been planning to go to like grad school together, and Eddie had gone down a semester earlier to buy a house for them so they could have, a house to go to while they were going to university. Andrew is going down a semester after Eddie has been to take care of the house, but also to start grad school and like deal with the aftermath of Eddie's death. And he meets his roommate, but also Andrew is haunted literally by the ghost of Eddie trying to drag him to hell with him. And Andrew can see ghosts. Eddie could do this too, but like Andrew can see them, talk to them, feel them trying to drag him to hell with them. And it's one that I would highly recommend if you like gothic literature, if you like sticky southern summers, if you like fast cars and super queer people. This is the book for you. It's dark, and like it's got some dark academia vibes to it and all of the things, and I would highly recommend it. So those are some of my dark queer book recommendations. Do you guys have any dark queer books you'd like to recommend? Let me know down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget the like button. If you haven't already but would like to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media for more bookish stuff, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys!